I know we spoke after the game on Tuesday night, obviously, but I'd love to know if you've given yourself time to work out what were the bits you really liked about it that you want to take into the weekend that perhaps you were annoyed were missing at Blackburn.
Yeah, I think really simple and really clear. I think it's everything we look for before the game. It's the stuff we showed the guys after, and the stuff we re-emphasised again this morning. And it was about energy and running, and playing and moving. And Blackburn, I hope, was a one-off. It's the first game in a very, very, very long time that just not seen that really. So Ipswich wasn't that. It wasn't the case of running. Middlesbrough wasn't the case of running. There were some fine details. We didn't finish enough of our chances and we conceded a poor goal, but it was never about running. Blackburn was, and I don't ever want to see that again.
Watford, straight into them, because I think Tom Cleverley's come in and made some decisions about how he wants to play, and he's made them very hard to beat.
Yeah, he's doing a brilliant job. I've been in his position, so going from player to manager, albeit I think he's interim manager at the moment, but I really enjoyed their performance on Wednesday. I thought they were good. I watched the game. They played really free with the ball, a lot of energy about it. There was a lot to like about the performance, and you can see they're really playing for Tom. They look like they're enjoying themselves. I think they have a bit of freedom with their positioning in the table as well. I know people say there's not much to play for. Actually, teams can be really dangerous when it's like that, because they play a bit more relaxed, maybe a bit braver than they might be at certain times. So I think he's doing a great job, and I hope he's enjoying it. It looks like the players are enjoying it, and they look really up for the fight. And on Wednesday night against a team who were playing to go top of the league that night, the fight they put in, the willingness to run for each other, yeah. So I'm pretty sure he saw a lot that he liked, and I'm sure they feel they can build on it. But we're at home. We just had a great performance and a really good result. It's about us and making the game into the one that we want it to be, regardless of who we play, and at that stage of the season as well. So yeah, we're really aware of what they have. They have a lot of athleticism. We're always aware of what the opposition have, but also we're aware of what's really important for us in this game, and the players are aware of that. It's the most important bit.
I was going to say, actually, is it not irrelevant what happened in the last three games because he's now the manager and because he's changed the shape of the game?
Yeah, I don't think it matters a jot, and also the context of the season now, where we are. So yeah, I think it's a very, very different game to the three previous ones, and we've had one really good result and two frustrating ones against them previously, so it's going to be a very, very tough game. We know that. They all are at this stage of the season. You saw that Ipswich found that on Wednesday against Watford. The other results the night before. So there's still lots to go on, but we need to just focus on ourselves and make sure that we do our job well and we do it right, and we feel good about the performance and what we are putting on the pitch.
You won well on Tuesday night against an informed side with Stewie and Jan Bednarek on the bench. You got some selection headaches in a good way back again?
Yeah, loads. Yeah, I think every one of them players on the bench, and Ryan Manning off the bench on Tuesday, every one of them feels they could play, and they should be playing. So it's a brilliant problem, but it's not easy as well. You're in charge of that, to give the lads something really brilliant when they're playing, and then to be the guy to take that away from them as well is not easy. But it's part of the job, and we have a really brilliant group of players, and everyone is going to contribute between now and the season. I'm convinced of that, and I think that's been the case all season. And also, whether you're out the squad, you're not far away still. Shay Charles proved that. He was out the squad and then comes on, and it may look a bit different tomorrow. It may not. We shall see.
I was going to ask you about Ryan Manning, because you've worked with him a long time. He's a player you obviously like a lot. Has that been difficult, just purely on an emotional level, just having to keep him out of the squad when he's worked so closely with you for so long?
Yeah, he's a player I love, not like a lot. I have a lot of love and affection for Ryan, and he's had some brilliant games this season, some that he'll not have reached the level that he wants to, but it was just a tactical thing to have as many attacking players on the bench as possible, and with the output that Flynn's put out in the last few games, to have Shay Charles ready on the bench, especially if we were hanging on to a lead. So yeah, that's all that come into it. Ryan might be back in tomorrow, he might play tomorrow, he might be on the bench. You're never too far away, and there's never like a big falling out. In the same way that Stu and Yanni weren't happy to be on. Stu obviously just come back from concussion. There's a concussion as a protocol, but still not happy to not be playing. Same with Jan. He had a knock, but he felt he could play. So you never want these players to not be happy not playing. But hopefully, with the relationship we have and the honesty you have with each other, they respect it, whether they like it or not, and then they're there to help their teammates.
referring to Ryan and other players, it's not something we talk about often, but it's unrealistic to expect a player to be able to play 8 out of 10 for 46 games of the season. Real life gets in the way of those things, niggles, personal lives, everything going on, just ebbs and flows of life. I mean, you can't expect anybody to be that consistent in real life, can we? And that's half of your skill, isn't it? Having to pick the players that are in.
Yeah, I think so. And when we made changes, we've done it to what we feel is the best for the team. And but I'm not sure how many players play 46 games every single minute anymore, and with the schedule how it is. And also Ryan's an international player, so doesn't get any breaks during internationals. So yeah, I think he's had a really solid first season here at the club. I think he's helped us. It was in a position where we needed some help, and he'll help us between now and the end of the season, I'm sure of it.
Just finally, any injuries that have popped up since Tuesday, or is everyone okay?
No, everyone's good. Everyone's really, really good. And Juan and Ross training bits and bobs as well, and stepping in. So hopefully, Ross in particular will impact it at some point. And Juan will just need to get really, really ready to be fit and firing for pre-season and ready to help us over a bit of a longer term.
And marks out of 10 for Alfie House's haircut. It's the last live question on the broadcast.
It's the best I've seen him for sure.
Nice one.
Thank you. Still a 4, but it's the best I've seen him.
Cool, for 10:30 then, Alfie.
Yeah, just on Juan and Ross, if you don't mind. There's only 3 under-21s games left this season. One of them is tonight. Is there any chance that either of them will play any minutes with the academy team at all this season?
No, I don't think so. I think it's about weighing up the benefit of that. It depends on the timing for Ross as well. Depends what game we decide he's ready to come back into the squad, how ready he feels, and how long our season is. So yeah, it will depend on that. If one of the 21s games falls in the right place for Ross, then potentially Juan most definitely won't play for the 21s, and only because what's the rush with Juan now? It's taken this long to get him back ready to train and in a good place, and to then maybe put that at risk a little bit just to get some minutes on the pitch. Ahead of pre-season, the break, it would be crazy if anything happened to him in that where we can't control it as much. So no, I think Juan is really comfortable with the process. He's starting to really ramp it up in terms of the physical fitness and football fitness, which is different. And so he'll be in a good place for us come the summer.
It's an exciting time for Ross, I suppose, but he has been in this situation before. So I suppose how does he manage himself and keep that expectation as well?
Yeah, he's only got one way really, which is being desperate to play and desperate to train, and he has a fantastic mentality. So if the season extends, which looks likely, then hopefully it'll be an option for us at some point, which will be a big boost for him and a big boost for us, I think.
Just finally for me, I wanted to ask about, I didn't ask on Tuesday, about Sekou Mara coming on, using him in a slightly different role. How was he responding to that? What did you make of that? And also, was it a little bit of a blow for someone like Kamaldeen or Samadozi to not get on in that place?
No, I think it's what the game requires, and I think the players understand that. So at that point, I think we needed an outlet to hit in terms of physicality and to get us up the pitch. We didn't end up using him a huge amount at that point. He's very diligent defensively. He's done that role loads of times in training. He plays it a lot. But also set pieces were Coventry's real biggest threat at that point, and Sekou helps us a lot defending set pieces. So he's always a bigger picture, and that was the best thing for the team. If we were chasing a goal, is Sekou going to come on at right wing in front of Kamaldeen and Samadozi? Most definitely not. But the game required something different, and I think yeah, for us it was the right call at that time.
Nice one, cheers.
Yeah, Russell, can I just ask you about Che Adams playing up front with Adam Armstrong kind of out wide? Does that kind of give Adam more space to kind of do what he's done a lot this season, kind of pick up the ball, create a bit of space for himself and fire into the bottom corner? Because I feel like when Che's there, he kind of preoccupies defenders and gives Adam a bit more space to work. I don't know if you agree with that.
Yeah, I think they work well together. I think whoever's played as the 9, Armour's probably had his best games off the side, whichever side that is. And I think probably his most productive season at Blackburn as well was off the side predominantly. So he wants to play through the centre, but he's got to stop scoring playing out wide and being great out there. It's really simple. But no, I think it's just, yeah, Che takes a lot of responsibility and a lot of the physical burden when he plays as a number 9, and it does free up other people. It also helps free up our number 8s a bit, Joe Rebo and Will and Stewie, whoever's playing, Joe Rothwell. So yeah, I'm really happy with whatever combo we have up there. We have a lot of options in the front end of the pitch, winger-wise, and number 9s with Sekou and Armour. Stewie's played false 9 a few times as well. So yeah, I'm really, really comfortable and happy with the options we have.
Does Adam start to think now that maybe he's better out wide, or is he still going to
No, he thinks he's the best number 9. So